Unit 3, Forms of Business Organization 2. In this unit, we'll discuss, compare all forms of business organization and analyze the factors affecting the choice of the form of the proposed business. First, let's start with requisite of an ideal form of business organization. In the previous unit, we learned in that there are four forms of business organization. That is sole proprietorship, second one partnership, third one joint stock company, and fourth one cooperative society. We have also learned about the main features, merits, and limitations of each of these four forms. When we plan to set up a new business, we have to decide which form of organization is more suitable for the proposed business. For this, we have to critically analyze the suitability of each of the four forms of organization in the light of the nature of the proposed business. This is a very crucial decision because it determines the power and responsibility of the entrepreneur and the division of profit and losses. Once it is chosen, it is very difficult and expensive to change it. In this chapter, we will learn about the requisites of a good forms of organization and compare the four forms of organizations and analysis of the factors influencing the choice of the organization from and decide which form is the most suitable in a given situation. Before we discuss how to select a particular form of business organization in given situation, we should know the essential of an ideal form of organization. This may help you in the evaluation of each form of organization in the right perspective and to take the final decision about the choice of a particular firm more judicially. The requisites of an ideal form of organization are as follows. The first one, easy formation. Second one, scope of raising capital. And third one, extent of liability. And fourth one, flexibility of operations. And fifth one, stability and continuity. And sixth one, effectiveness of management. And seventh one, extent of government control and regulations. And eighth one, business secrecy. And ninth one, tax burden. And final 10th one, ownership prerogatives. And the next one, the features of an ideal firm of business organizations are ease of formation, limited liability, scope to raise enough capital, and maintenance of business secrecy. Flexibility, stability in operations, less government controls, and less tax burden, and high managerial efficiency, and more ownership interest. The comparison of the four firms organization shows that none of these firms have all the ideal feature. Each firm organization is good in some respect and not good in other respect. Sole proprietorship and partnership firms are ideal from the point of view of ease of formation. The government controls ownership interest, business secrecy, and flexibility. Company and comparative firms are ideal from the point of view of limited liability. In scope of raising capital, managerial efficiency, stability, and continuity of operations. As one of the four firms is ideal in all respects, the entrepreneur has to choose the suitable form of organization in the light of the objectives of the business. For choosing A suitable form of organization at the time of launching the new business, the entrepreneur has to consider the nature of business, volume of business, area of operation, capital requirements, degree of control desired, expected life of business, and desired level of government regulations. At the time of the expansion, depending on the situation, the entrepreneur can either continue the existing firm or adopt a new form of organization. Based on the analysis, it is concluded that the sole proprietorship is the suitable firm for small business. If business is relatively larger, partnership is the proper form of organization. Private limited company is ideal for medium sized business and public company is suitable for large scale business. The cooperative form of organization is suitable when the interest of a particular segment of the society is to be looked after